Stability isn't just about being able to pay your bills or avoiding debt. It's about preparing for the life that you feel called to live. Long before our daughter ever joined our family, my husband and I were quietly preparing for adoption, saving money, researching agencies, and learning everything we could. But the most important thing that we were doing was building the kind of stability that would allow us to say yes when the opportunity finally appeared. Because money isn't the point, readiness is. The budgeting system that I share below this video is the exact framework that we've used for almost 20 years to build that kind of stability. It helped us pay off $116,000 worth of student loan debt, pay cash for my husband's second master's degree, and prepare for some of the biggest decisions in our lives. I'll explain how it works later in the video. In my last video, I talked about how releasing money stress is not about luck. It's about hard work and being prepared. Today, I'm going to share about how that has played out in my life and how I've been able to say yes to opportunities that present themselves. For as long as I can remember, I wanted to adopt. Even as a little girl, I understood that there were children in the world who needed safe and loving homes. And I knew that whatever my future family looked like, I wanted to be part of providing that kind of home. So when my husband and I were dating, I told him very clearly that adoption wasn't just an idea, it was a non-negotiable for me. It was how I envisioned that we would grow our future family. After our first son was born, we began seriously exploring adoption. And if you know anything about me, you probably will not be surprised to hear that I approached it with spreadsheets. Lots of spreadsheets. I gathered information on adopting internationally, adopting through foster care, and private adoption. I compared countries, agencies, requirements, timelines, costs. I eliminated options that didn't fit our situation and slowly narrowed down the possibilities. After about a year of research, we chose an agency and we began training. We thought we were finally on our path. But 4 months into the process, something still didn't feel settled. We had done the research, we had made the spreadsheets, our plans had plans. But the story that eventually brought our daughter into our family had nothing to do with any of those plans. We had planned for everything except her. And 2 months later, our daughter was in our arms. And that experience taught me something important about preparation. Preparation doesn't mean that you can control how life unfolds. I really wish it did. Preparation means that you're ready when life asks something of you. Every adoption is different, but they all require real preparation, legal work, time, emotional readiness, financial ability, and there are twists and turns at every step. You rarely know how the story will unfold until everything is finalized, and you have to be ready for anything. And this is the same principle behind the budgeting philosophy that I talk about in all my videos. You build stability before life asks something of you, not after. Because the opportunities that matter most in our life rarely arrive when everything is perfectly convenient. They arrive in the middle of real life. And if your finances are fragile, those opportunities can feel impossible to accept. Last year, years after we stood in the courtroom and promised the judge that we would love our baby forever, the same stability allowed me to say yes to another calling, becoming a CASA volunteer. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, and becoming one was something that I had always dreamed about. Volunteers are trained to advocate for children in the foster care system who need someone to speak up for them. The training alone took over 30 hours over the course of several weeks, and the volunteer commitment is often more than 10 hours a week in the courtroom, at the keyboard, driving miles, sitting in homes. It's meaningful work. but it also requires time, emotional capacity, and stability. And the only reason that I could say yes to that opportunity was because I had already built margin in my life. And because my family will support my dreams, even if it means I'm in court all day, cry randomly, and sometimes miss bedtimes. This is why I care so much about our financial stability, because money itself is not the goal, but because stability creates options. It creates the ability to say yes when something meaningful appears. You don't prepare for the exact life event you're expecting. You prepare for the life that will eventually ask something of you. If you want the exact spreadsheet that we've used for almost 20 years to build that kind of stability, you can download it below this video in the description. It's called The Money Decisions That Create Options, and it's the same framework we've used to make decisions about money in real life, not in perfect theoretical months. You can grab it in the description below. I'm so deeply grateful that when the opportunity to grow our family appeared, that we were prepared and able to say yes without stipulations. We were ready when the opportunity to grow our family appeared. And that's what stability really is. Not control, not perfection, but building a life where you can say yes to the things that matter most. If this video resonated with you, the next one I'd recommend is People Say We Were Lucky, but They Didn't See This. In that video, I talk about why the stability that we've built didn't come from luck. It came from years of quiet decisions and systems that helped us navigate some really difficult seasons. You can click that video right here. And if you want more conversations about building a stable life, making money decisions that create options, you can subscribe to my channel right here. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.